Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Brian, and today I'm going to be doing a video a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a review for y'all, but I'm going to try to go more in depth on this one. Um, so there may or may not be spoilers in this. So what I plan on doing is reading all four issues of Curse. Y'all can see all those. They're all there. Anyway. Um, one, two, three. Yeah, had them in the right order. And four. Four is kind of special because right there, Michael Morrissey hooked me up with an autograph on number four. So, thank you for that, Michael. Um, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let the intro roll, and while that's playing, I'm gonna read all four. And after the intro, I'll try to do an in-depth review on each one of them. So here we go. Bye, guys. For right now, anyway. Be back in a minute. Alright, hey guys, I'm back now. Just got done reading issue one. So, here we go. Let's see. First off, I want to say um, that Michael Morrissey, if y'all have watched any of my past videos, y'all know that he is my favorite writer, and he can do no wrong, really, because of the simple fact that I had such um, a connection to his one of his first stories that I know him for anyway, and that's Hoax Hunters. And it's just I fell in love with that book, and then ever since, he just continues to blow my mind with each new thing that he does. And starting off with issue one, I mean it was just awesome. And the art by Riley Rossmo, just it works so well together with this story. But anyway, getting that out of the way. In this first issue, we meet I knew his name. And I just went blank just that quick. Laney Griffin. Alright, we meet Laney Griffin, and we find out that Laney he is out of work, and his kid has cancer, and he has to sell off his high school, college awards and stuff to help pay for his son's treatment. But at the same time, around the town that he lives in, there's all these brutal killings going on, and the cops, they don't know what's going on, and there's a bounty on the animal who is doing the killing. And so Laney takes it upon himself to find this creature. And the interactions that you get between him and his son it can pull on your heartstrings. It's just well done. Um, let's see what is in it. Okay. And not only does he have to deal with all that, you know, Laney also has to deal with his sister-in-law, who's a cop, who, in a way, kind of has the best interest for the boy at heart, but she wants to get custody of his son. Let's see. Where does it say his name at? Sorry, guys. It should say right here, Jaren. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I should have remembered that, but the sister-in-law wants custody of the son, and you know, how hard would that be for the father, you know, to not only have to deal with losing his job, but having to deal with his son having cancer and having to sell off things to pay for the treatment. I mean, it would suck, you know. It's just like, wow. But anyway, he goes out looking for this creature. And right here's where he goes to start looking for him. If I can hold it up right. Anyway, I hope y'all can see that. And he finds a carcass in the woods, and he's just like, you know, where are you? I know you're out here somewhere. And he gets frustrated and goes back to the truck and starts to leave, and actually crashes in to the monster itself. And he grabs his gun to shoot it, and it takes off running, and he actually loses it but catches up with it, and it slashes his neck or chest really, and his necklace falls onto the ground, which is his high school or college ring, and he shoots it in the calf, and it falls down. So that was the first issue. And I'm trying to do this quick where the video won't be that long, but I'm trying not to give too much of it away, but I don't know. I hope y'all are enjoying this. So again, I'm gonna pause it real quick and read issue 2, this one, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, guys. I just got done reading issue 2, and this issue was kind of a backstory issue, in a way, but we find out that the treatment for Laney's son, it didn't work, but there's another experimental kind of treatment that they're wanting to do, but Um, the doctor told him that it would either work or it would make his last days worse, really. And um, not only that, but there was another murder, which makes 6, and uh, his sister-in-law, who is the sheriff, um, brings in another guy who is like a loner drifter type person. And his name is Lester somebody. Let's see if I can. Lester Phillips. So she brings in Lester Phillips and asking him all kind of questions, and he brings up her past case to where her sister died, and which is Laney's wife, and how they didn't have enough information to lock up either one of them, either Laney or Lester, and she gets mad and puts him up against the wall, and which is right here. And what he's trying to do is he's trying to make her where she would lose her election, because apparently it's election time, and you come to find out more about let's see. About the werewolf and more of his backstory, and let's see, where is it saying what. Okay, you find out that the werewolf was actually part of the French and Indian War, and you get to hear the story about how he gets turned into the werewolf, and how it had taken place during a very bad winter storm, and that the werewolf took out each one of his members individually, and as they were doing that, he hid in a tree and was going to commit suicide by using the sword that the military had given him, but before he had a chance to do that, he remembered that the blade had been made out of pure silver, which apparently, comes in handy with werewolves, and it's like a good thing that the blade was made out of silver. And that's a coinky dink, But anyway, he had climbed up in the tree to get a better position to see where he was at, and the werewolf come close, and he took an all-out Assassin's Creed style just leap of faith out of the tree and just started slashing the werewolf and ended up killing him. But in in the fight between them, they or the werewolf bites him, and that's how he got turned into a werewolf. But it's almost like, in a way, that the guy is remorseful for killing the people, but yet at the same time, he's not doing anything to stop it, because of the fact that there's two wolves raging a war in us all, and he don't know who wins out, basically. So I guess he's trying to, like, not commit suicide and just waiting on somebody to take him out, I guess. I don't know, it's weird, but anyway, as he leaves, he finds out that Lester, if y'all can see that, Lester is standing outside of his cellar door that he comes out of, and basically he tells him that he has him on videotape, and he wants half the bounty, and to let the world know that he's the one that caught the werewolf, because he's tired of being the village idiot, as he says. And of course, he agrees, because he's got to do this for his son, who's getting worse each day. Really, there's no cure as of yet, other than the experimental treatment, which they don't know is going to work. So at least he gets half the bounty, which is better than none. But the cops end up finding Laney's necklace in the woods, and the sister-in-law, who's the sheriff, sees it, and she's got all the proof she needs to put Laney away for the murders, and to get his kid from him, and that makes her ecstatic. So with that, guys, that is my hopefully quicker review of issue 2. Didn't mean for issue 1 to be as long, or part to be as long. So just trying to knock these out. Might take a break here and go get something to eat, but I'll be back soon. Bye, guys. For right now, anyway. Talk to y'all later. Hey guys, sorry, as you can tell, it's now night time. Had some family come over. They're actually still here right this second. But I finished issue 3, and I figured I'd jump on here and do a quick little video for y'all. Still gonna try to do it detailed, but maybe not as detailed, just so I can hurry up and get back in there with them. So this issue kind of comes full circle with the first issue and some of the things that it shows in here. We find out more about what happened to the wife, Laney's wife. see if I can find that where it's at. Okay. We find out what happened to Laney's wife. And Laney's son, well, we find out more about the werewolf, and we find out that the werewolf's name is actually Anton, or Anton, however you want to say it. And anyway, we find out a little bit more about his backstory, and that in issue 2, he was asking him why didn't he try to stop himself from becoming the wolf. And the truth is that he did. He actually tried to commit suicide. But for some reason, I guess the healing factor, kind of like Wolverine, kept him from dying. So basically the wolf kept him from dying. So that's how that happened. And he escapes from Laney's cellar, and he captures him again after he falls in a well. Kind of like a Lassie story, but reverse, which I kind of thought was funny. And he tells him that he can either get out of the well the easy way or the hard way. And he said, trust me, that if you wasn't so valuable to me and my son, basically you'd be dead already. And so he takes and gets him out of the well and puts him back in the cellar, and puts all these traps around him. And he goes back upstairs to talk to his son, and he sees that his son and the babysitter are gone, and that his son started coughing up blood, as you can see right there. The babysitter left a note, and he's freaking out, so he hurries up and gets to the hospital. Well, while he's gone, Lester's at the bar trying to get a hold of him so they can meet and talk about their deal they had with the werewolf, Anton. But he's at the hospital. Laney is having to listen to his son tell his dad that it's okay, that he knows that he's going to die, and the only reason why he's scared is because he don't want to leave his dad behind. I mean, it's pretty crappy stuff to have to hear, But I guess the sister-in-law told the doctor that Laney was the one who committed the murders, and whenever the doctor walked in there, he seen Laney, and Laney was trying to ask him about the appointment, or the procedure, not appointment, the procedure, and how it went, and all he did was call the guards. So apparently she told him, and he told his son, I'm sorry, but I gotta leave, and he takes off running. Well, while he's gone, Lester, I think that's his name. Yeah, I think that's what I've been calling him. Pretty sure. And I forgot just that quick. But yeah, Lester, he comes back. While he's gone, he goes into a cellar and tells him that if he agrees to go straight to the police station, that he'll set him free after he turns into the werewolf at the police station. And of course, Anton agrees to be let loose. And as soon as he loosens the chains, Anton takes and wraps it around his neck and strangles him to death with the chain. And Anton basically says, "Deal with that, Laney." So that's how that issue ended. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to, as of yet. I might have to finish this up tomorrow, which of course will be all in the same video. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this hopefully quicker review of this issue, and I will see y'all in a couple seconds. So bye for now, guys. Alright, hey guys, it's me, Brian, and I just got done reading issue 4 of Cursed. Can't even talk. But thank you again to Michael Morrissey for signing this issue for me. But if you don't know already, there will be spoilers. So if you haven't read this, then you probably don't need to be watching this video. So with that, guys, I will get into the review of it. So in this issue, it starts out with Laney, at the funeral, his wife's funeral. So you get to see more about that, and it flashes back between the funeral and where he buried Lester, I guess. And we find out that that the sister-in-law is still looking for Laney, and she goes to the bar, and the bartender's like, "Yeah, I got information, but I want something in return if you get your seat again next year, your sheriff position, and I want to be able to keep my liquor license." And she says, "Well, either way, if I do get it, I can shut you down, or if I don't get it, I'll be free to settle old debts." So he's basically screwed right there. So he ends up telling her that Lester, called Laney a couple times while he was at the bar the night before. And you flip the page and you see that since Laney's son, Jaren, since he's actually dying, that he just don't care anymore, and he's gonna let Anton the werewolf go. And he told him that he don't care that he can come back and kill him later. He just didn't want the cops to find him there in his werewolf state. And then he gets the idea that he's been walking around for 260 something years, I think it was, and that he's never been sick. So Laney, he gets the idea that he'll just let him bite his son and turn his son into a werewolf, and then he ain't got to worry about it no more, basically. But Antone, he's like, no, he said, this is not a gift, it's a curse. He said, is this really what you want your son to become? And Laney just walks out. He keeps him quiet, and then he walks out. Then Laney shows up at the hospital to see his son, and he sees that his sister-in-law and the rest of the cops are there watching over him. And he pages the sister-in-law over the intercom, and at least I think that's the sister anyway, and gets her to come to the help desk, and he takes and grabs her and tells her not to be scared, and he pleads with her, that my son's dying. I don't want him to die here. I don't want him to be scared. I want him to die at home, basically. And he says, will you please help me? Which ain't that big of a bit. It ain't that big of a deal, really. I'm sure that's what most parents would want in that situation, was for them to pass away in a familiar surrounding. So he's pulling on our heartstrings, and you think that he's finally going to be able to go in and see his kid, make sure he's okay. But he thought wrong, and she went and told her deputy that he was there, and he called for backup, and he still was able to somehow sneak around. I hope y'all can see that anyway, and take Jaren out of the hospital, and he brings him home. This is so hard. I hope y'all can see the pictures. And the sheriff and the sister-in-law is talking to her deputies, and they finally put it together that what's going on. And she says that basically that all units go to Laney's house, that they're sure that's where he has him. And sure enough, Laney is taking the boy down there to the cellar, and the werewolf looking at him, and so the cops are racing there to get to him in time, and they get there and they're like, you're surrounded, please come out calmly and with your palms out in a non-threatening manner. And on the inside, the wolf is actually attacking Laney and Jaren, which is what Laney wanted. And the wolf is now free because he broke the chains, and breaks free from the cellar, just busts out and just goes on a murderous rampage, killing all the cops. picks up the sister-in-law when all of a sudden the second werewolf shows up and starts attacking Antone. And he basically ends up killing Antone by ripping his head off, which was a pretty cool panel. And she gets a good look. The sister-in-law gets a good look at the werewolf, and she can tell that its features kind of matched Laney's. And Laney took off running into the woods. And you see Laney walking in the woods, and you see that he comes to a fire pit, and his son Jaren sitting there. And basically he tells Jaren that, you know, it's time for them to go on their first hunt together, and that they'll do it. They'll go on the hunt together from then on, that they won't never be apart, really. And they find the sister-in-law somehow. I don't know if they found Lister's phone or what, but she has all the proof that Laney, you know, didn't commit the murders after all. And it ends with Jaren talking about that he thinks that there's a third wolf deep down inside, and the third wolf is the one who basically gets to make the choice, basically the more human side of the wolf. And he said, and because of his dad, that he's now more like his father in every way, I guess. And he's free to make that choice, basically. Which one gets fed more, the good wolf or the bad wolf? So that's how it ended. My final thoughts on this book was that it was great. Y'all should know by now that Michael Morrissey can do no wrong. But I thought that the wife should have been a wolf. That she really wasn't dead. You know, that, I don't know, maybe they'll run into her sooner or later. I don't know if he may do a spin-off. I don't know. I think there could be one. You know, I think that would be neat. But I don't know. I was just hoping that they'd run into her, that the wife would somehow end up being the wolf that was killing people, just to bring it full circle. But I don't know. That's just my final opinion. 5 out of 5, just 5 out of 5 stars, you know, just for the fact that it was a 4-part miniseries, and that they packed so much story into each issue was just fantastic. So I don't know if you've read it and you watched all these parts in this one really long video, please let me know what you think. I tried hard. I know that most of y'all probably won't watch this because y'all probably are interested in the book, but if that's the case, then that's fine. You know, I don't expect to get a lot of views, period, anyway, but especially on this video, since I ruined a lot of the story. But if y'all enjoyed this, please thumbs up and comment. And finally, for the last time, I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys. Love y'all. God bless.